boundary setting. It is hard for me to set boundaries when one is suffering from codependency issues. I'm trying to study and learn more about how to deal with this, but it's so tough. Manipulating or expressing to get what I want, also caring to be a good human to others and respect their needs and wants. It's all so confusing to me. Yeah, just bit by bit, Isabel. It's like, don't try and be on top of the mountain when you're walking up the mountain. Like, you're just learning about it bit by bit. Like, so you don't need to rush it. You'll begin to get the hang of it more and more. Like, and you'll begin to understand your boundaries and what you need to set and what codependency is. Like you get an idea in your head, and what we want is we want to just take one big bite of the sandwich and to have eaten all the sandwich in one go, and it's just relax. Just you find out information, you build on it day by day. Like, almost what you're doing is you're setting yourself up. You're like, it's so confusing for me, it's so overwhelming, it's so big, and it's like you've failed already when you're just learning about it. So give yourself some time. I've been at French for 2 years. Well, I've been here 3 years, but I'm trying to learn it for 2 years. And I feel like I'm doing very well, but I it's patience. Every day it's patience. I pick it up again and I start again. It's an easy dynamic to get lost into. Like, it's so overwhelming, it's so big, I can't do it. It's just bit by bit. Rome wasn't built in a day. That's a very wise saying. Rome wasn't built in a day. Your mother's been saying that to you your whole life, and you ignore it. You're like, yeah, what does the mother know? But it's a very good saying. Rome wasn't built in a day. You just do it bit by bit every day. And this is like for lots of things. Like, I'm on the psychological level, I've become very wise, But that's actually, I'm a non-duality teacher. I'm not a psychological teacher. But so say if you've got like a basement that's really messy, what our brain will do is it will think about how messy it is and then be too overwhelmed and never do anything. So it'll just build and build and get even worse and worse. And that's like the wrong attitude. You just got to break it down. So you just do a tiny little section each day. And then, in like 3 weeks or 4 weeks, you'll be done. But our mind looks at things as like too much. Too much. You just have to break things down smaller to little bite size. Looking at things like, I've got to learn it all now. I've got to clean the whole basement now. So when I'm doing my cleaning, which I try not to do because I do try to employ a cleaner. I know that makes me very spoilt, but my cleaner often doesn't come though, so I do have to do the cleaning. Like, I want to employ a cleaner, but often I can't employ a cleaner because it doesn't happen, it doesn't work. But sometimes we get into a flow where she comes regularly. But when I'm doing the cleaning, I do it in sections over like 2 or 3 days. I don't have a very big house either. It's like, well, first day I hoover, and then that's doable. Next day I do the dusting, and then the next day I do the mopping. Actually, I normally do the mopping and the hoovering together, or vacuuming if you're American. You just do it in tiny little chunks. You don't have to do everything perfectly straight away. That's what makes you stuck. It's the power of the imagination. You see, what I do with the cleaning is, I've got to be honest with you, I don't pay for it. I convince somebody that comes to my talks that they will release karma if they clean my house and do my gardening. Now, come on! In whose world does that sound okay? So why do people do it? It might be okay if somebody's like, holding a retreat and you have people supporting you or helping you with that retreat, for because they believe in it, like something like that, and it's not producing loads and loads of money. But if it is producing loads of money, then that's a different subject. But yeah. And trust me, this is really, really common with teachers and students. This is really common. This isn't just something that you watch on TV, or it's really common.